He gets, yo, what's up, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. Real Madrid versus Stuttgart. What happened? Not to Real Madrid, because if everybody remembers, like in the past, Real Madrid have played bad and they still somehow managed to win. I'm talking about Stuttgart. What the heck happened to Stuttgart? Stuttgart had everything to win this game, especially in the first half. That first half belonged to them. They were able to beat the press. They were able to combine and keep the ball away a good fair amount from Real Madrid. Real Madrid were just out of sorts, especially with that midfield. Like even Valverde in this game, I didn't think he had a good game. The midfield is almost non-existent. At least in this game, was completely non-existent. Even when Madrid came in, I know he had the corner kick, but no, absolutely horrible midfield from Real Madrid. And then the defense sometimes, yeah, looking a bit shaky. But Stuttgart had everything, and yes, crucial performance by Thibaut Courtois, but still, regardless, like they should have won this game. They had a good amount of chances, especially with that beautiful combo with I forgot who it was, but the little heel flick that found the Stuttgart player all by himself. And that's the one play that I think, although it was a really good save by Thibaut Courtois, it was a poor finish. It should have been way better. And he knows that. Whoever that was, like he needed to do a better job of scoring that. Like that needed to go in. I don't care. That needed to go in. Yeah, they were playing so well. Milo, I think it was the Frenchman, had a bunch of chances. Again, Thibaut Courtois coming, to the rescue. But yo, still, man, still, like they were controlling this game. They were in control. They were in the driver's seat in the first half, and then in the second half, I mean, soon as it starts, it didn't even look like all the players were there because that ball wasn't that good of a ball from Chouameni. It was just a bad, I mean, interception, I guess that's what he was trying to do. He just timed it really bad. Middlestat and Rodrigo, and yeah, the finish that almost seemed like maybe Mbappe was gonna fall before he was able to push it in, but it just came out of nowhere. And for 20 minutes, Real Madrid woke up, and Real Madrid were Real Madrid. I thought that was the best performance that they had in the whole game. Besides the goals, obviously, was the first 20 minutes of the second half. And then after that, Stuttgart once again had opportunities to be able to score, and they did score. That's when they scored. I think it was the 67th minute. Undaf and Mendy seemed like he was the closest one there to do something, and just complete by himself. And at that point, with all the saves that Courtois had, like there was nothing he could do. There was absolutely nothing he could do. I can't blame him. I thought for a second maybe he could have, but he couldn't. Now, as for Thibaut Courtois, man, this is the first time I can say he had a brilliant performance, a magisterial. Yeah, brilliant from Thibaut Courtois. And had Thibaut Courtois not have been there, because I'm sure people are saying that, he's pretty much the reason why Real Madrid won and they didn't lose, which I agree to some extent, a good amount. I still think Lunin would have came in and he would have done that's me. That's my opinion. You could blast me, you could lambast me, you could insult me if you want, but that's my take. But he did have such a good save, because there were at least maybe 3 saves that he did. I mean, he had a whole bunch of other saves, and that's what I mean. Those other saves were saves that any top tier goalie would have saved. But there were like 3 of them, including the one that I mentioned with the one that should have been a goal, that there's no way, no, only a small portion of keepers in the world would have saved that. Absolutely brilliant, yeah, absolutely. Like, hands down, he had, and I think he was man of the match, right? He should have been man of the match. I can't think of anyone else being man of the match. Definitely it wasn't Vinicius, Mbappe, Rodrigo, my favorite player of all time. I gotta admit, he had a really good game. He definitely had a good game, but yeah, Thibaut Courtois, absolutely brilliant in this game. But yeah, Rodrigo, out of the 3, I thought he had the most consistent, most clean game, if that makes any sense. Mbappe, you know what? I'm happy with that. Obviously, you want more from Mbappe, but I'm glad. He had some interesting runs. Thought he had a pretty decent game. Obviously, you want more from Mbappe, and I keep saying like he should be playing on the right hand side, and Rodrigo, because Rodrigo seems someone that's more versatile, and he could play in the middle. Because Mbappe, despite him saying that he can play in the middle, he's having a really hard time. And Vinicius, I thought Vinicius had a good game. I don't know if anyone's saying that he didn't have a good game because he didn't score, or he hasn't been dribbling past 2-3 players. I thought he was very effective on that left wing, and also defensively. I saw him defend a good fair amount of times. I thought he did that really well. Like I said, the middle, just like Chouameni, Valverde, I didn't like that. In the back, also Carvajal complaining more than he should. I don't know. I feel like ever since he became captain, he's been complaining more just to try to save face because I mean, what else does he have? I mean, he's pretty effective as in his position, but besides that, he's not the quickest, he's not the strongest. Technically, he's not the best. So what else? Because I remember in the past, Valverde, I mean, sorry, Carvajal never complained. Carvajal was just like a very orderly, very organized player, and that was it. And that's why he stood out to me. But nowadays, all he's doing is complaining and bitching, moaning. And I think that just comes out of frustration. And he assumes that being a leader, being a captain is you yelling at people and you just complaining and just waving your arms at your opponent like that throughout the whole game. And the only one that was most consistent defensively, I thought, was Rudiger. Besides the goal that he scored, I thought he did really well against Undov. And I thought Undov also did really well against Rudiger, not letting Rudiger get into his head. And obviously, they're teammates in the national team. But Rudiger, man, like he had some really good interceptions, really good recovery plays. There was one play where Undaf, I think it was Undaf, I thought Undaf was going to make a break for it, and somehow he recovered. Rudiger somehow managed to catch up to him and take the ball away from him. Rudiger, absolutely monster, especially with that header. That header was like just brilliant. Lucas Vasquez, again, I've said it before, I don't know what he's still doing in Real Madrid. 7-8 years ago, should have been dispensed with. I have absolutely no idea what good he serves this team. Has he gotten better? Absolutely, he's gotten better. Absolutely, but still, not enough. But not enough to be a Real Madrid player. That is one lucky player to have won all the trophies, all the competitions, and doesn't really add anything to this Real Madrid side. Against Stuttgart, I'm a little bit annoyed because I thought they were going to win this game. Honestly speaking, I didn't think, because they're at Real Madrid, and Real Madrid just has this mystique about them, this aura about them that no matter how bad they can play, they somehow manage to score and eventually win the game. Very disappointed. Yeah, I'm actually very disappointed that Stuttgart didn't end up winning this game. They should have won this game. That had everything to win this game. It would have been an excellent comeback after 15, 16 years away from Champions League. It would have been amazing to see them win this game. And they had everything to win this game. I thought they played really well possessively. The attack, I mean, they were really good in the attack. And that's the kind of attack you could see the cohesion and the understanding that they have, which is something that Real Madrid players in the front don't have. Vinicius, Mbappe, and Rodrigo, especially Vinicius and Mbappe. I mean, and they're trying. I could tell, especially from Vinicius, I could tell Vinicius is really, really trying his best to include Mbappe. There is this camaraderie, there is this acceptance, there is this willing to help out your teammate, but it's just not gelling well. And sometimes I'm thinking maybe Mbappe was the reason why the whole Neymar and Messi thing didn't work out, because I mean, those two worked out fine in Barcelona, but as soon as they got together at PSG, it didn't work out. And maybe it was Mbappe. Mbappe's, like I said, just a sprinter, just a speedster with some aim. Endrick coming in. I didn't get to see that because I had to go to work, and I checked the score just in case maybe it might have changed. I didn't think it was going to change, and eventually it did. So I caught the highlights. Man, he did not need to shoot from that far. I mean, good on him. That was brazen, but he did not need to shoot from far away like that. That was very bold of him to do something like that. And I loved it. I loved it because you have Vinicius and Mbappe to your sides, and you said, no, I'm taking it. This is me. This is my time. I'm going to shine. Absolutely. You got to admire that, just 18 years old to be able to do that. And they were pretty much open. I think the goalie, too, also made a mistake. But I don't think he never expected Endrick to shoot, especially from that distance. I thought when I heard that he scored, I thought it was maybe something within close range. And I think we did see him. I saw him score like that once before from long distance, but did not expect that. And the goalie could have done better, obviously. But I think it completely, as soon as he was trying to settle, okay, he's going to either pass it to Vinicius and Mbappe, and then I'm going to get ready, it was too late. And it was a really good shot. It was a really clean shot. So, yeah, good on him. Good on Endrick. Amazing. He just comes in and he ends up scoring a goal just like that. Makes it look almost easy, right? Arda Güler, he's the one that, in my opinion, my take, that he should be playing a lot more, just so he can get really settled in that midfield, because, I mean, they are really missing Toni Kroos. This whole thing about, they're missing Toni Kroos, and you could tell that, there's a huge hole that he's left in midfield. I don't remember 5-7 years ago the times that I was watching. It was only 2 years ago when I started making these videos that I noticed that Tony Cruz was a big deal. But I remember when people did not want him. Like I would talk to some people and they didn't like Tony Cruz. I always thought he was decent, but I didn't watch. I was watching Real Madrid sporadically, so maybe that's why. I wasn't really getting the full picture of how he was playing, but definitely Guller. I can't think of anyone else, or buy someone else. Maybe McAllister. I don't know, but you got to get somebody else for that middle because it's not looking good. And then, there's always complaint about Mendy. I thought Mendy had, he didn't have an amazing game, but I think he did fairly well. The goal, obviously, he could have done something more instead of just stand there and just spectate. Looking at Undov. I mean, everything went by fast, but still should have done a better job. And the same thing could be probably said about the Mbappe goal, right? I don't know who it was that was running behind him, but I mean, he is fast, but you know where he's gonna go to, right? And it was only if that guy's presence was there, like next to Mbappe, because Mbappe was already kind of losing his balance as he pushed the ball in. So yeah, maybe that could have been avoided. So maybe again like Mendy. I know the whole talks about Alfonso Davies. But yeah, definitely someone else, And Lucas Vasquez, God, like stop putting this guy in. I'd rather you have Fran Garcia there. Isn't the best, right? But I think it's a step up from Lucas Vasquez because Lucas Vasquez isn't a fullback in the first place. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. Very disappointed about this game with Stuttgart because they played a really good game until they didn't, and Real Madrid didn't play a good game. I mean, I'm okay with the way they played. I'm not a fan over here, but yeah, they managed to win despite. Sometimes that's just the case. Now, when they play against Barcelona, people are probably Madrid fans are thinking like, oh, I don't feel so assured that they're gonna be able to put in a good performance or even win, right? They're afraid that they're going to get beaten, like a landslide 7-0 or something like that. I don't think that's going to happen. Could happen. You never know. I don't think that once Real Madrid plays against these teams like Barcelona, Athletic Madrid, Manchester City, maybe PSG, it's a different dynamic. It's a different psychologically it just has a different effect on you. So I don't think, but who knows? Because they, again, midfield and the back doesn't look too good. And then the front, there isn't that understanding that you're hoping to get out of these 2-3 players, right? So we'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.